the beat.
On my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. They know me very well, I ain't live no fairy tale. All the work that I put in, they know I ain't gonna tell. I keep it 100, cause all I know is real. I come from a line of hustlers, they only know the deal. They taught me how to move them quick and to play it slick. And to make sure that I watch out who I'm fucking with. Cause motherfuckers got the game fucked up. They telling no motherfuckers to get a time cut. They swings, they biggest fear is a lawnmower. I dare a motherfucker say my name, watch how I John Doe them. I blindfold them, duct tape to hold them. They bodies eroding, exposed in acid soaking. I'm popping pills and smoking, overdosing on hydrocodone. My story keeps unfolding, a prophecy growing. I'm on a mission, but I'm buried these snitches who scared of a conviction. Leaving the scene, but I'm leaving no witnesses. I just look at it like I'm saving somebody a sentence. My name won't be mentioned, so motherfucker, let's get it. As I time the mission, cause my decision will leave your fucking signage stripping. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. Call it luck, I'm just getting what I reap. Should've died, angels kept me on my feet. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep. On my grave, I'm not going underneath. I never go another winter without heat. Gotta face it, just can't turn the other cheek. That's why these demons gotta kill me in my sleep.
Sugar well rounded, but still summer square root. Aided by the streets, only objective is the chase loot. Off my own too, that's how I pivot. Street life full time, no intermittent. I ain't scared of a sentence, accusation like clue. That sycamore blue is terror, hosting Hoosier roots. If other troops, I lead my army through the field. Ain't gonna send the pawns march through the blood spill. I'm sold like a pill, I alter your mind state. What y'all lack is heart, fall apart to the high stakes. Do this my way, my reputation savage. When I was down, bitch, I divided up the fractions and multiplied the addicts just to get the bag up. Seem like I'm always down, this shit don't add up. You big man, huh? How I feel that I stay loyal. Acting like my brother when you mean more to me in the soil. I'd rather smoke a foil than shake your fucking hand. Regards you little bro, so I'ma turn my back like a man. You ain't trying to see these hands just cause you can't control your bitch. Oh, I take it to the grave, I ain't never snitch.
Hey, it's Miranda Monday.
Oh my God! Oh my God, we're back. It's Monday. What is up, everybody? I'm Joe Kemp, and this is Miranda Monday.
Hey. I want
What's
to
up,
jump in real
guys?
quick. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Anthony. Say hi to you guys real quick.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Share
Hey.
for us.
Hey, share. Hey, welcome to another Monday Love. I am excited.
Team, I love your shirt.
Sorry, this show is sponsored by ADHD.
Rabbit. Squirrel. Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Hey.
Look at you guys.
Look
You guys
at
are an
them.
adorable couple. Congratulations.
Way to be. Oh, now there you go. There you go. See you guys.
See ya.
Oh,
They just
poor
got
guy.
married.
It's his life's over. It's done. At
You're
that
such a
point,
dick.
it's done.
Anyway. So we're so not used to being in the studio. We don't know how to act.
I know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, it's only season 3. I don't
I know.
I don't know.
We only took 2
No,
months off.
I'm not used to being in the studio.
I'm not, but I missed everyone who joins us each week. I hope they get the word and start coming back.
Absolutely. That's all fun. You know what? Big things this weekend. If you guys know me, my kids, they're in sports and things.
Yes.
This past weekend, I major shout out to all the coaches, to everybody. The state wrestling championships for freestyle and Greco happened this weekend out at Avon High School. Kudos to all those coaches, to all the kids, to the staff that ran all of that stuff. I know there was some chaotic stuff, but man, to everybody that put the time in for all these kids and all the hard work, thank you. And I know that comes from every parent, every kid, through everywhere. They all appreciate it. They work hard. If it wasn't for you guys, they wouldn't have it. So I just wanted to put a big kudos out there to all my wrestling parents that chime in every week.
That's
So
huge.
good job, guys.
And I love how positive you are with all of them.
It's
I'm
awesome.
biased to your kids.
Man, I love. You know what? I like, crazy enough. There was a match this weekend that I love all the kids, and we're getting to the point where we wrestle with a lot of the same studs. And it's like almost like when one of them wins and loses, like, oh man, dang it, that sucks. I mean, good for my kid, but at the same time, it's like, man, I really like your kid, man. This, it's a weird thing. So that that happens. There's a lot of really good kids, and I think wrestling is a really great sport at teaching them life. I mean, you get broke down and built back up. Just, I mean, it's so. Anyway,
yes.
Back to Monday Love.
Monday Love. So, this week I've sweet talked and met a few times, and like I had to.
You really shouldn't talk about those things
under
on
the
show.
Front porch and like hide to find out information,
Poor
just
raccoons.
to be able to get
Those raccoons never seen it coming.
just to be able to get our guest on for this evening.
Absolutely.
And I adore him. And I just have to say, you guys, when you hear the voice that comes out of him when he is singing, it is completely a 180 from how sweet and southern sounding he is. But without a further ado, I would like to introduce to our audience, from A Killer's Confession, Waylon Reavis. Hi, Waylon.
What is going on, brother?
You're muted.
Another day in paradise.
There we go. Hi. Do you have any shout outs, plugs, sponsors? You want to throw out the website?
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Did you
There
have
we
a hard
go.
time hearing her?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing her.
Okay.
There we go. How's that?
That's better. That's way better.
All right, sweet. Do you have any shout outs, plugs, sponsors, website?
Just go pick up our brand new shirt.
Those are brand new, aren't
I
they?
love those.
Killer's Confession at myshopify.com.
Right on.
You can go to any one of our videos. You find the links to our stores. This one has been our top seller. We released it like last week, and Julie and I have not been able to keep up. It's just insane. Go to bed at like 11 and your phone just dings all night long.
Oh my God.
And it's been crazy. But she's like, and then now it's got the point. It's a good problem to have, but it's turned into the fact, it's like, oh my God, another order. Oh my God, it's like really.
That is
actually
awesome.
order more packaging and stuff. So guys, go get them now. They're here.
Oh my God.
Yep, and they're hot off the
Say what we
presses.
mean, we'll mean what we say.
There you go. So just a real quick, a brief overview of growing up. You grew up in Ohio?
No, I grew up in North Carolina. That's where the sweet Southern accent came
There it is. There it is.
I am from Wilkesboro, North Carolina, and if anybody knows anything about NASCAR, I'm from Wilkesboro. So that is home of NASCAR, where it really, truly started on the Brushy Mountains, or better yet, known to people, Thunder Road.
Right.
Where I grew up. I actually grew up in the midst of that.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah.
I started playing music and then moved to Ohio and did the Mushroom Head thing, and now I'm here with the Killer's Confession.
Yeah, okay, so do you remember falling in love with music? Like even
When I was little, no, not really. my love for music, like I always like to play and pick around on stuff, but I really never thought it was something you could do. I come from a very hardworking family, going to wood yards and just, putting in 12-hour days, hard work, eat dinner, go to school, then go to work, just work, work, work. And then, like it really wasn't something my family were very,
Supportive.
yeah, supportive. They were not supportive at all. And it's just one of the things. And my buddies all started like playing metal in the garage. And I come up and they're like playing guitar. I'm like, you can do that? What? It was like one of those things that kind of clicked. It's like, whoa, you can do this stuff. You can actually play shows. Because like I'd never, my family, my mother was a Jehovah's Witness and my dad was a Southern Baptist. So like I was totally under the thumb of like everything was the devil.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a transition.
Absolutely. And then going to Mushroom Head, like that was complete alter ego.
Oh, and it was, and you hit it best. It was an alter ego. Look, that character, and I say that's a character because it was. I got told in the very beginning of Mushroom Head, it's like, hey, don't speak like that on stage because that's even scarier. If you've got all this stuff on and then you come out, hey y'all, how you doing? Nobody wants to hear that.
Oh.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Waiting for the chainsaw to come out from somewhere.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's a deliverance type thing going on and squeal like a pig. No.
They're playing banjos. Paddle faster. Go.
But, I learned like then, the character and like that character, Waylon MRH, really came to be. And he was everything I really wasn't. Like he was just no nonsense kind of character. It's like he wasn't nice. Like I'm the nice guy. He wasn't. And I had many interviews, people would talk to me afterwards and they'd hear me speak and they're like, you're shitting me. I'm like, yeah.
Yes, this is how he really talks. I've met him a few times now, and this is actually how he sounds. Now, you did just have a song come out, When I'm Not Around.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. You're good.
www.thesenuts.com. They play all the damn videos.
Mm.
And this song was about my father and how back in the day, I had a good dad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He was a great man. And it's him telling me, get your shit together. I ain't gonna be here to bail you out. Stop fucking up.
Right.
Right. That's awesome. Can we go ahead and play that since we've talked so much about it real quick?
Do we have that pulled up, Wyatt?
Yeah, you can play it.
Yeah, let's play that.
I sent it over in the group chat. It is When I'm Not Around. It's actually featuring DJ Scatterbrains,
Scatterbrains.
which is
That's awesome.
Play.
which is Struggle Jennings DJ.
Yeah.
And just
Oh,
putting it
Struggle.
together, putting
We
a
need to
full
get
story
Struggle
together.
back on the show. There's been a lot happening.
Yes.
Struggle's the busiest man in the industry. That guy is the embodiment.
I call him the hardest working family in Nashville.
He is, and like I love the guy, and everybody's like, well, why are you going out with that? And everybody's like, and I'm like, I like being the metal band, I like being the band that sticks out because Struggle's message is the same as mine.
Right.
I never really thought about it, it's like I kind of got put together with my agent, and it's like, well, this is cool, and then really started listening to what he was talking about. I'm like, hold on, we're just a more aggressive, we're just the metal version of what you guys are.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is a killer's confession when I'm not around.
Got a long way to go. Too many times I've been mistaken, falling behind every step I've taken back. Stuck at the starting line. Wondering now if the fight's worth fighting. I don't even know from what I'm hiding. Man, I don't have the strength. I can hear my daddy say to me again. I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I watch them all fall to their knees. 'Cause there ain't nowhere to run when you're facing destiny. Tear down the walls, tear down the sky. Don't let them chain you to the ground. You'll be out here standing on your own when I'm not around. When I'm not around. I miss him every day. 'Cause he showed me which way the lines were drawn. He told me how to tell right from wrong. No, he wasn't a perfect man. And he paid the price for his decisions, lived and died by his convictions. I don't have the strength. I can hear my daddy say to me again. I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I watch them all fall to their knees. 'Cause there ain't nowhere to run when you're facing destiny. Tear down the walls, tear down the sky. Don't let them chain you to the ground. You'll be out here standing on your own when I'm not around. When I'm not around. When I'm not when I don't have the strength. I can hear my daddy say to me again. I walk the walk, I talk the talk, I watch them all fall to their knees. 'Cause there ain't nowhere to run when you're facing destiny. Tear down the walls, tear down the sky. Don't let them chain you to the ground. You'll be out here standing on your own when I'm not around. When I'm not
Man, that's killer. That is so my style.
I know. That's, I knew you would love it.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely,
I knew you
man.
would love it. I love it. It's awesome. So, you said that was released on Friday.
Yeah.
Now,
It was released on Friday. It was released while I was driving to Cleveland. So like I'm in the van dragging the equipment up to Cleveland, excuse me. And it's releasing, and I'm getting text. I'm just like, I'm driving. It's like, I really wasn't there. Like I said, we've been really busy here at home. We just got off tour with Struggle, and we're actually doing some shows with him in June. We were supposed to do more, but our things kind of got misconstrued, and so we're only doing like 2 dates. We're doing one in Illinois and one in Indiana, and I'm not quite sure where, but like we were told it was later in the month, but it's earlier in the month, and I was like, we're moving, and I can't be there. I gotta
Right.
move my family across the country.
Yeah. Now, I've heard Strug's version.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I've heard it a couple times, and he tells it the exact same way each time. How did you end up getting into the loop? Unless you want me to tell Struggles version, and then you can tell your
Tell
version.
Struggles version first, and then I'll tell the.
Okay, so
I'll fill in the bases.
okay, so at the show, Struggle says that it was in a roundabout way, but Jelly called him up and said, "Hey, man, the guy that is opening up for you is the one that put me on the first time." And so Strug, and actually when you came out and you do Money, Sex, and Drugs, you knew by the second show, I was like, you got to play this.
I remember.
So, because I had overlooked it, and then when you came out and you guys do your all's rendition of it, it made me hear it with different ears. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's the new jam on repeat. But how did that end up coming about?
We were on a tour with ICP, and it was us. ICP was the headliner. Jelly was one of the openers, and now when I tell you, I mean, he had a DJ, him, and a white van, and that was it. And one day, like the beginning of the tour, I just hear this voice on stage, and it's like, who the fuck is that? You know, just like Jelly has such a great singing voice. He is one of the best out there, and he has been for a long time. And just people don't know that. It's like he's been around for years. But I come out and watch, and this is big dude, and Jelly is a big dude.
Yes.
Up there jumping and just singing his heart out, and then rapping, and I'm just like, what? And then I go and introduce myself, and I'm like, hey, I'm Waylon from Mushroom Head, and he's just as Southern as I am. He's Nashville Southern, and I'm North Carolina Southern. So we kind of hit it off with that. And Jelly's opening, and I'm like, starting inviting him to like, come up on the bus, man. Come hang out with us. Like, get you something to eat. Like, they're feeding us, man. Come up here and eat. I know they're not doing anything for you. And like Jelly would come up and start hanging out, and just like, I just seen him as what he was. I mean, just this amazing artist off the bat. Yeah. And like for me, if somebody is coming up, I will help you as much as I can. Food, you know, somewhere to sleep, because I know how rough it is. It's like the rough is not an easy place, and it will break a incredible artist before they can break. You put a great artist out there, and it's a terrible tour and a shitty tour, and they're not getting paid, they're not even in bed, they're not going to want to do it anymore. Like it will take the want of wanting to be an artist away from you. But like I just seen this guy, and I'm like, that is dope. I'm down with it. Like, I'm checking this out, and I want to meet this guy. And like, we ended up hooking up, and like, he ended up coming to the Mushroom Head studio, and just became really good friends. And then we just started passing ways. But I mean, Jelly was just, I just seen him as this bigger than life, you know, voice. I was just blown away by him, and I just treated him with respect. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. It's like he was like the first or second band on, and we're on like 4 hours later, and I thought it was awesome. I just like, whoa.
But the voice caught your ear.
Oh, and I knew instantly as soon as I heard Jelly that he was going to be something. Yeah. He was going to be bigger than I would ever be. Like, this guy just has talent that is God-given, and just, you know, it's like every win I see him get, I just swell up, and I'm like, good for you. Yeah. Good for you. You know, and I got a couple stories on that. Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch used to open up for me when he was in Motor Grader. And
oh, wow. Yeah.
He's had. And we still talk. And, you know, I love Ivan. You know, we were both on the same path. We both went crazy for a little while with substances and being stupid on the road and getting sober. And we're kind of sober brothers. And just to see the success. And last time I seen him was Incarceration 2019. And Ivan, my wife didn't know I knew Ivan. And Ivan just come, Waylon, he hugs me in the biggest bear hug. And she's like, you know Ivan Moody? I'm like, yeah, he used to open for me. Like, Ivan was all about blowing shit up back in the day. And, you know, it's like we did Australia with him. And Ivan would come over and we would just get, stupid, doing stupid things, and we're in other
Right.
countries. And but Ivan always hang out. He's just always been a great guy.
And that's so awesome because everything that I see about you or that you put out is positive. And
Well,
that's so
can't
hard to
live that.
find. That's so hard to find somebody so positive all the time. That's awesome.
Well, I do have one thing I'll say. Like I noticed a couple months ago, one of the older fans, or one of my, I guess, like they're like, I can't stand this positive Waylon. Like they can't, they want the character.
Right.
And it's like, I just look at the bright side, It's like, if you give me lemons, I'm going to make it lemonade. I've already had the rug jerked out from underneath me. What more can you do to me other than put me 6 feet down? It's like, I have
Right.
nothing to be, I don't have nothing to be negative about. It's all move up, move forward, smile. And, it's like, I've been lucky to have a career as long as I've had it. And to me, it's not about the money anymore. And it really never was. It's about the fact that if I can take the pressure of everyday life off of you for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, or an hour, whatever my time slot is, and make you feel good and make you feel like you've spent your money well and you got to,
Absolutely.
that's all it's about. It's like I'm lucky to get that opportunity to do that for people.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's a great way of looking at it and putting it because you don't get to hear that side of it.
So
Well, it's like perceptions change. And when I say I had the rug jerked out from under me, I did. And I did it to myself. I set up my own fall from grace. And sometimes in life, and I'll quote my dad right now, it's like, you're going to pay for your education one way or another. You're either going to go to college and you're going to learn that way, or you're going to live life and you're going to learn that way. And I lived life and learned in the hard way. And when you've had the world given to you and then you lose it, you learn to respect what you had and then what you're given from that point forward, or you fall further and further down the fucking rabbit hole and you never come back out.
right.
And
Right.
I wasn't going to have that. I wasn't going to be another statistic. I wasn't going to join the 27 club. I wasn't going to be one day you reading headlines, Waylon found dead in bed, some because that was the route I was going.
Right.
And when you have that rug jerked out, I'm gonna quote Jelly. God gave me a stern intervention.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I absolutely can understand where you're coming from there.
So okay. Let's. I want to. Let's Mushroom Head.
Yes.
So, how did that go? Like, is Mushroom Head still rolling? Is there?
Mushroom is still rolling. They're still doing things. Members have changed. I left in 15, but they're still going. And I wish them nothing but the best. Everybody thinks there's a side to choose, my side or their side. No, it's music. Enjoy it. This is not
Right.
not WWE. There's not heels and good guys.
Right.
The beef between me and Mushroomhead was between me and Mushroomhead. It wasn't between me and Mushroomhead and the fans.
Right.
It
Right.
had nothing to do with you guys. And I tell people all the time, it's like, don't sit there and diss them because you want to feel like you're making me feel good about it.
Right.
Don't, because I want to see them succeed, because that was part of my legacy still. It's like I spent a big part of my life there writing music, doing albums, and have a lot of great memories. Did it end the greatest? No, it didn't. But I don't want you to sit there and diss it because of a thing that happened that had nothing to do with you.
Right. Right. Exactly. And you're right. It is still part of your legacy. I mean, you Google Mushroom Head lead singer or Mushroom Head singer, and you're the first one that pops up.
Really?
Yes, I Googled it, and Waylon Reavis was the first one that popped up, and I was like, okay. So
It is. And I really like, and a lot of people are like, oh, like, because I make a lot of posts of videos from me and Mushroom, but I'm just sharing that moment. It's like my wife will find it, and people want to see it. I don't want them to forget it. And then you got the rumor mill. Oh, Waylon's going back. No, I'm just sharing what I've done.
right.
So I'm in the comments going, I'm just totally reading. It's like, man, that's some good speculation right there.
Now you had said in one of your lives, you were over on TikTok, and I'm new to TikTok myself, but I can tell how new you are because how excited you were getting. And you had mentioned that one of the worst things that happened with when you were with Mushroom Head was a mask actually melted to you.
Yes, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and they were asking what was uncomfortable wearing that. Well, the masks are made of latex, and it was like 110, and we're in a parking lot, like the way they would do those mayhem festivals. Like you have the main stage, and y'all know how these pavilions are, but the side stages, you either put them out in those side parking lots, the paved areas. That heat coming off of the ground, you could see it from stage. And it just got so hot. And then I had this like half, 3/4 mask, and it had a little top part. And that piece melted to the top of my head. And to go pull it off, it was sticking to my skin. And I remember pulling it off and having a red, like a red burn, like on the top of my head. That was just, thank God I'm bald. Because I would have been either way with that mask on. I'd have totally I would have lost my hair, whether it was natural or not at that point.
Wow. What we do to, get our passion out and across and to bring, fans into our world is sometimes amazing.
But wearing that mushroom head stuff in the sun, you got to be tough. I have puked in buckets and sang the next word, just right back at it. It's just part of because you got to think, like, we did the flight suits and all those, the costume. It wasn't just wearing a mask. I mean, you had layers of stuff on, and then sometimes you put layers on top of that, and you get so hot and so sick, and you just push through it. And that's one thing. Like, I give those guys them, Slipknot, War, all the bands that do this for a living at that level and with that kind of theatrics going on, they're tougher than you think.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
You get up there for an hour and a half, cover your face, cover your nose, make it hard to breathe, and perform and leave everything on the table and see how you feel.
Give it your all, and then, exhausted. Absolutely exhausting.
I feel so lucky that I get to be me in AKC. I don't have to put on any get up.
I was going to say, it must have been in some ways, a easier transition to a Killer Confession.
It was, and it wasn't, because I wasn't used to being me for the first little bit. Like, when you go and you're this character and you're expected to be a certain way and to have a certain sound and a certain just image, and it was really hard to just be like, screw it, I'm me. If you don't like it, there's the door, like, to be truly 100% myself. And that's the thing, like, with A Killer's Confession, it is me. It is what I'm thinking. It like I've said, we say what we mean when we mean what we say. And it took me a moment to finally break out and be like, I don't have to be that.
Right.
I can be me for once. I don't have to answer to that. I say what I want. And I be the person I want to be and the person I am. And that took me a moment to figure out.
I get that.
From a theatric, band like that, like where it was image and just this mean and this, like, I didn't want to be that. I just want to be me.
Right. And obviously I'm not asking for a definitive time, but how long did it take for you to grow into being okay with being you and finding you?
I'm still doing it every day. And that's an everyday journey, because I said all the time that in AKC, we don't have a style, we're moody. And I'm a moody person. Like, I go with wherever I'm at that moment. It's like, so life will always change. So AKC will always change.
Right.
That's okay. I mean, that's life. So, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I get that would be hard, though, to be, because at first, when I first asked that, and then after listening to your story, being a character that you can just make up and do whatever was probably easier than trying to find your exact style or your exact twist, or being able, because I could see where it's like, hey, a mushroom head tonight. Hey, I get
Yes.
it. That's cool.
I put that mask on, and no matter how inebriated or high I was in my clubhouse, and that character was still seen.
Right.
And you didn't know the guy underneath it was broken and hurt, but that character was strong and was carrying the inner inside of me. And a good way to put it was Split. The movie Split.
Yes.
It was different personalities and different people. And I tell people all the time, it's like, you don't understand. They're like, oh, we want to see that guy. I was like, you don't want that dude in my life again. He was not that good for me, and he was not that good for you either. He was there to pretty much carry me along, and because like I did everything wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was, it's like I was given the keys of the kingdom at a young age, but I was very inexperienced to the world. I was from a very small country town where, things didn't really happen. You didn't have murders. You didn't have, you had the meth heads in the park, but you didn't know about drugs. You smoked some dope and you drink some liquor, and that was pretty much the end of it. It was, that, and they introduced me to the world, and Lord have mercy, it seemed like every drug dealer wanted me on their speed dial. And,
Hey, it's Waylon again, y'all. What up?
Oh, Waylon, let's go. And they would do that kind of thing to me. And it wasn't, and I was too dumb to be like, you're not helping me. You can be my friend without doing this to me. And I did it to myself but I was also just green and naive to the world and naive to what things would do, because I'd never really seen anybody that was an addict. I didn't know, I didn't know what I was going to become. And it was just one of those things. And I did a lot of coping, because I left my family. I moved states away from where I was from. I was around people I didn't really even know.
Right.
And, just like trying to step in a J-man spot and become this and be successful and have a lot of negativity. It was just a very messed up time in my life. And it hurt me more. I learned a lot, but I hurt myself because I didn't put enough faith in myself. And I've spoke to a couple members, and I told them, I said, it's a shame that I didn't have this brain in that young body.
Right.
Because this brain would have took that a whole different way, and greatness would probably happened. It really would have. And it's like Mushman did a lot of great stuff, and I'm sorry that I wasn't fully mentally there for him, to succeed.
Right. But being thrust at such a young age into the spotlight like that, and not having a guidance or a good solid foundation who's looking out for Waylon.
Yeah,
I can see. Yeah.
Well, you obviously know I have a very solid foundation. My wife Julie, you don't even get to me. My wife is always there looking out for me, and it's not just in the control time. My wife has my best interest in mind.
Yes.
And will stop any BS that comes at my way. It won't even make it to my doorstep.
Yes.
Awesome.
I have that foundation I wish I had when I was 25.
Absolutely.
Right, but you have it now, and so it's not like you're starting over fresh, because you're not.
No, but now it's a different, because like I don't have to be the character. I don't have to do that. I don't think I have to do is be who I am, and it is if people will accept it or not. And that's the thing. It's like some people were shocked because they thought I was a certain way, and I'm not. I'm more the other way than anybody thinks, and I don't really go into that. But people are starting to figure it out that I am pretty much. I've always been this person.
Yeah.
It's just this version of me is sober, and thinks silly.
Right. So you were in a movie.
Yeah, my worst movie ever made.
13th Sign. Yes. We don't even have to talk about it if you don't want
It was
to.
so bad. I just can't do it.
What kind of movie was it?
It was shit.
It was
absolute shit.
horror, gore.
But that's okay. Some of those movies end up being huge cult classics.
Cult classics.
Not this one. This movie was so bad, I never wanted to act after that ever again.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So,
At least I'm honest about it. It
Yeah.
was shit. Don't even waste your money. Like, go watch the preview on YouTube, and that's the best shit you're gonna see.
Yeah. So, I mean, was this a movie that you had made with people, or was you just in
They
it?
hired me to do it, and I got there, and I knew I was playing the bad guy. But then they had some kind of press release, and it turns out I'm the star of the movie. I've never even fucking acted before. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm the fucking star. What the fuck, man? I should have knew shit was awry at that moment.
Oh my god. But I mean, but at least you learned. I mean, you experienced it. That's fun. I mean,
Right.
there's got to be a little bit that was like, you know what, that was fun, but it sucked, but it was fun.
It was. I won't lie. It was fun, but it was terrible. It was so bad. It is so bad. And like, I can see the drugs in me during it. So like, I watch it and I'm like, oh my God. Waylon, go eat a cheeseburger. You losing weight, son. Come on, man.
okay. So,
Oh shit.
so hopefully, this isn't
I'm no
as
Johnny
bad.
Depp. Even though-
So hopefully this isn't any worse, but we do have a question in the comments that I'm supposed to ask you about Alabama and cookies.
Oh.
Cookies. Oh, they made me cookies in Alabama, and they were the absolute shit. Them things were awesome. I can't remember what was the person's name.
Adam Maddox.
Adam Maddox, you are the man, dude. Them cookies are awesome. Yes.
Well, see, we kind of question everything, Adam. We're here at the Monday Love Show. We would like to get these cookies.
Yes, said cookies.
Because otherwise I'm questioning the fact that they're yummy cookies, but we will discuss it on air next week if you want to send it to
Yes, go ahead and send it to the P.O. box.
P.O. Box, my fat ass. That's where you need to send it to.
Oh my goodness.
That's one lucky thing about being a musician. I do have fans. And it's like, and like, don't bring me drugs, don't bring me booze, bring me cookies.
Bring me
Bring me
food.
bourbon. Bring
Yeah.
me something to eat. Bring me something good. Steak dinner.
Hint, hint.
And when you guys decide to do that, I will be hanging out with him. We will be discussing music and eating your steak.
Yes, there
That's
you
the thing,
go.
it's like, I have found other joys in life. And video games, arcades, and, food is my thing for the road. That is what I like to do. I don't stay at the bar. I don't get drunk. I don't ever do any of that. I play video games. Now my wife usually comes with she had open heart surgery, so I'm running merch. So I don't really get to do the fun stuff I used to do, like go eat something nice or something. I'm stuck at the club all day. But I just found better things to do with my time and my money.
Hell yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's awesome, man. That's good that you awakened before something else happened. I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yep, and Adam says that he is a huge fan. He loves you and your band.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very much, Bubba. I'll be on Twitch later. Don't worry.
There you go. There you go. So you said you have a couple tour dates. What do you like? I know you're moving, so you're in the process of moving, and you're always busy. But I know you said Cleveland. Somebody even said Cleveland on 6/11.
Yes, Cleveland on 6/11, and then we are in Harrisburg, PA on 6/12. I have a day off, and that's the day I actually get to unpack the U-Hauls that have all my houses in my new house, because I get my keys the days of shows. So like, I don't even get to unpack, and then I have the 13th off, and then I go the 14th to, like I said, I can't remember, somewhere in Illinois, and the 15th I'm going to be in Indiana.
Where do you know where we're at in Indiana?
No, I don't. Like, I honestly.
Are you with
like,
Shrug?
I'm with Drugs.
I'll find it.
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah,
with
find
Drugs.
sure. If we can make that.
Because I was
that'd be
supposed to
awesome.
be with him this whole time.
Right.
Right.
Starting on June 4th, I was supposed to be with Shrug. But like I said, things got misconstrued. They told me certain things, and I had made certain arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loaned out our tour van to the band Rock. And Sahaj Tickets and one of my producer, I loaned out our van to him to so he could do a couple shows. He's like, well, come on. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm moving. So of course, that's why I drove to Cleveland to
Right.
drop off equipment to let him have it. And then it got told to me that we're doing the 4th. Oh, I got to do some signing for the house. I've got, but I end up come back and I was like, I can't do that, guys. So we're doing 2 dates. It's only 2 dates we can do.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll figure out where that is. But if you heard that, Stacy, he is going to be in Pennsylvania. So if you have an opportunity, check those tickets out. He'll be in your home state. So hopefully you can make that.
Strug, I like those. I love that show, and I dig everything that guy does. Caitlin, Brianna,
Yes.
the Angels and Outlaws. It's like I say it all the times. Like we fucks with the Angel and Outlaws, and the Angel and Outlaws fucks with us. Like we're all family.
Yeah.
Struggles is super talented. They're super smart, and Struggle has the biggest heart you're ever going to see on anybody. He is just one of a kind. And being the fact that I was named after his grandfather.
Yes.
And I really was. My brother's Willie. And I wish my father was still alive to know that I actually hooked up with the Jennings.
That is
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That
My
is awesome.
dad would seriously, I'd be on tour. This is how I'm picture it going down. Doug and I on tour, Daddy Days, the phone's just ringing. Waylon, Struggle around. Can you tell me another story about Waylon? I already know what my dad would have been.
That is awesome. Now, how did you end up linking up and getting linked with Struggle?
Well, it was our agents. We have the same agent, and we were doing this with Tommy Vex, and they told me, it's like, well, Struggle Jennings is going to be in. I'm like, you're kidding. I knew who he was because of Jelly, and I was always about the Waylon and Willie stuff. I'd already heard it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And Money, Sex, Drugs.
Yes.
I knew that song before the tour even started. I knew who Struggle was. And he's like, can't tell nobody, but Struggle's going to be. I'm like, that is awesome. I never thought I'd ever play a show with him. You wouldn't think a band like a Killer's Confession is going to do something with Struggle Jennings. And just made it happen. And just Struggle's just such good people and really good. The camp, our camp, their camp, just really meshed. And Struggle looked and said, you want to do it again? I'm like, fuck yes, I do. And last tour, you want to do it again? Fuck yes, I do. I'll tour with you to the end of time. I don't care. It's like I like the vibe. I like the message. I think that he's doing something positive, and I love being a part of it. I love watching him inspire people with this story and his story and how he does it. He's just an amazing guy, and I just the utmost respect.
You guys are so like-minded. That's why you get along so well, because you're all about bringing up the little guy. You're all about the positivity. You're all about, coming together and unifying and staying true to each other. No matter what your past was, let's rock it
All
the
got
fuck out.
shaky pasts, one way or another. And Struggle and myself both want people not to fall like we did.
Yeah.
We want people to learn from our mistakes. And that is so true. We are like-minded. I don't want anybody to ever feel as lost as I did. So I put it in my music, and I tell people there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And Struggle does the same thing. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's like I was listening. I'm like, this is the same thing I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's fell from grace too. I knew I smelled my own. This guy has found redemption, and he's found a higher power, and he's found that hard work helps alleviate the problems of our past and to make it right. You can't go wrong.
Absolutely not. You guys, you said it. You guys have the exact same message. You're just sending it out into the world in a different fashion.
Yeah, he's doing it. I like to call calling what Struggle, it's rock and roll. I don't see it as hip hop. I don't see it as country. I see it as just rock and roll, and just like his grandfather.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Absolutely.
really do. I think it's
I
rock
can,
and
I
roll.
can see that.
So what is having a band, what is your guys' process of writing?
Well, right now I'm riding with DJ Scatterbrain.
I'm looking forward to that.
Really? Is that going to be
Right.
a separate little project?
No.
Or-
We're writing for AKC. I usually work with Sahaj Tickets, and sometimes the guys in the band will have ideas, they'll make it past the cutting board. You know, it's like, because some things I'm like, no, that's not going to work. I don't like that. And if I don't like something, it just never sees a light of day. A song has to speak to me for it to
Right.
like hit for me to go to even record it. If I can listen to something in 3 minutes, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do something with that. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm really like that. If I don't vibe with it, I don't try to shoehorn anything. It's like, nope, it's a turd. Can't polish it. It's never a piece of gold. Bye.
That's definitely that keeps your list clear for future. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like I work with Sahaj and I work with DJ Scatterbrain. We brought Grant in, former guitarist Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
Tommy Perch is working with us. And you know, it's like everybody's like we just they give me these ideas and I just start writing lyrics, and then Sahaj and I really hone them in when we go into the studio in Fort Wayne, and he produces them, and then Scat produces the music, and like, so we have just a lot of hands inside of AKC that nobody really realizes that are with the band.
I'm interested to hear that. Interested to hear that collab though, like how that goes. That's gonna be.
It's not a collab.
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's still a different like how you were writing with Mushroom Head. I mean, it's still throwing a DJ. It still brings different elements to the table.
What he's doing is not DJing. It's like, you've got to understand, he is being a producer.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, I see where you're going with that. All right.
Gotcha.
That makes
gotcha.
sense. All right. I'm thinking, well, Waylon Reavis and a DJ coming up with some different, you know, that's, but
Right, he's
thinking
a
of it as more of
producer
a producer. I get
Yeah.
you. I get you.
And
Absolutely.
he's great. Scat is so good. Scat's behind a lot of things. I mean, Waylon
Yes.
and Willie 1, Waylon Willie 2, Waylon Willie 3, Adam Calhoun, you know, Caitlin's stuff. I mean, Scat is a amazing producer, and this guy just like, he blew my mind. I was like, well, shit, I didn't even know you could play metal.
That's awesome. That is,
And
I
what he
love
brought
that.
to the table was so good. It is, and it was so good. It made me sit back and I had to think about it. Like, I knew I wanted to write on it, and it passed the test of like, this is shit, this is not. It's just like,
Ooh.
oh yeah, I got to go to work now. We're gonna have to start thinking, and that's what I've done. But I've had to deal with a lot of things in this year too. And I've been a little slower about writing this album. But that's okay, because life has really threw me a curveball this year, you know, with my wife's open heart surgery, buying a house, moving across the country. It's just,
that's a lot, man.
Do you?
it is. And it's like, you know, especially with my wife, you know, it's like looking back and being like, holy shit, my wife could have died.
Right.
Right.
And
Right.
that's my rock, you know, and it messed with my mind. I mean, for a while, because we had wrote a lot of the music before the surgery happened. And when it happened, it put me in toxic shock. Just
Right.
like, I couldn't think. I couldn't put a sentence together. I was just like, I couldn't write a lyric. It was blank. And it took me time to actually start. And I'm still coming out of it because it was such a
Traumatic.
Traumatic.
Yeah, it was very traumatic.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
very.
wish it on
Got too
anybody.
close. Got too close.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't want to write songs about it.
Right.
That's the thing. I did, because all I would be able to write was like, I don't want you to die. And I don't want to write an album of that. I don't want to do that.
Right. Do you by chance have a ballpark on the soft release? Nope.
You will get, just like, remember, I have a couple songs that are in being mixed and mastered right, excuse me, right now. And you probably, like, we released 2 songs already. We released When I'm Not Around, and what was that last song we did?
Do we got a video with it?
Yeah, what was that last song I just released? I forgot the name of it. Like, that tells you how much I care about names of songs. I don't. I don't like it. When I'm Not Around, A Better Time. We released 2 songs off the album, and the album's called Welcome to Wilbar, and we will continue that. And we will, you know, we'll just release another song in about 60 to 90 days. Release another song after that, and it just works the algorithms on everything. But if you guys want to check out A Better Time,
We're right. We're getting close to the end of the show. We can go ahead and play it real quick, and then kind of close out. So We'll go ahead and play that when our producer's got that up and ready, I believe.
I don't see a better time on YouTube.
It'd be under a
Here's
killer
it's on
confession. It wouldn't be Waylon
Yeah, a
Reavis.
killer's confession.
Yeah, right there below. Just one down. Oh, never mind. There, a better time. There he is.
Yep.
There we go.
All right, guys, for all our Monday lovers out there, this next song, as soon as we get past our little
commercials.
commercial,
Yes, I got commercials. They're paying me.
this is a killer confession.
Run until you can't stand up. Yeah, that's what they want. To make it so you're out of luck. Don't try to face it, cause it isn't real. It's all a lie to keep us so distracted. And every second that they try to steal, it holds us down in the blackest Sabbath. Moving, rising, staying alive. Within that is the end of days. I close my eyes, but the world is fighting. And no one there if we both want grace. If we survive, can we make it to a better time? A better time. Make it to a better time. A better time. Make it to a better numb is how they keep you down. Control the violence. You're screaming, but you make no sound. We try to change it, but it feels too real. It's in your face,
I
but
feel like I'm in a video game right now.
every second that they try to steal,
I like it.
it holds us down in the blackest Sabbath.
It's a lot. You wanted mushroom head, here's one. That old school.
Yeah.
Man, I am digging it. Man, I love that rough breakdown, man.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's the end of days. I close my eyes, but the world keeps fighting. Is no one there if we fall from grace? If we survive, can we make it to a better time?
Man, I like it, man.
I'm glad you like it, brother, because like that is the direction of Welcome to the Wheelbarrow. It is-
Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh, our Monday lovers out there, you make sure to be liking and sharing and getting on the killer confession. I'm telling you guys, this is awesome stuff.
It really is.
I hear all kind of influences on this new stuff, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the Welcome to Wheelbarrow album. Wait till you hear what Scat's doing with us. It's some amazing music, and I'm so honored. Like I have guests showing up. I've got a lot of friends popping out of old places and new places, and we have like this is gonna be like a hip hop album. Every song, there's gonna be a lot of songs. You're like, holy shit, there's another guest. There's another guest. I'm
That
calling
is
the favors
awesome.
in.
Hey, you know what? Whatever works. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I dig it, man.
I do
Thank
have
you.
one more question.
Yes.
The blowhorn, your loud horn that you have on stage.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
I did that in Mushroom Head.
That's what I
back in the
thought.
day. But if you really think about it, Scott Weiland, Stone Temple Pilots.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm smelling like a rose as somebody get.
He also did it with he did it with Velvet Revolver as well.
Bingo. Everybody thinks I come up with it. I'm like, are you high?
I remember seeing you guys. Man, I'm trying to remember the venue I seen you at here in Indy a million years ago, dude. So it is crazy that I was like, man, this is awesome to have you on the show.
Do me a favor, hang out.
Yeah, we
Don't leave. We'll do a preview.
Yeah.
So give us just a few minutes. Thank you. Please, just give us a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, we're close out our show. And we're doing promo.
All right,
Appreciate you,
sweet.
brother.
Hey, man, no problem, guys. No problem. Only thing I got to do is play Evil Dead the game. Like, seriously. Like, that's all I'm
Evil
doing.
Dead?
Yeah, the new Evil Dead came out Friday, too.
Shut up.
Yes.
I gotta go get me Evil Dead. Is it good?
Well, okay, it's like Dead by Daylight. There's 4 survivors. One person plays as the Kandarian demon. It's awesome.
I'll have to
because
check
it's
that
like
out,
all
dude.
the references.
That's awesome.
There
All right,
you
we'll be
go.
right back with you, brother.
All right.
Oh my God, that was such a great interview, such a great time. Thank you
Yes,
so much, guys,
absolutely.
for coming out. Hey, so we're at that time. Let's get through all of our sponsors and everything.
Yes.
Hey, if you need any of your podcast or video needs, make sure you get a hold of Wave One Media down here. Wyatt will take care of you. He's got time slots. He's got a bank vault that if you don't pay him, he puts you in. It's all kind of stuff. Man, get a hold of Wyatt here at Wave One Media. He is killing it.
Yes.
Then all the graphics, all of the websites,
the logo.
logos, all that stuff. Get a hold of me at JK Multimedia Productions. I'm doing commercials. We're doing videos. We're doing web. I'm working with film festivals. I'm working with shirts. Get a hold of me. We will take care of you guys.
Yes.
And then, hey, don't forget also new shows coming at you guys.
Yes.
The Boss Dog Show is a few weeks away. We're going to be doing a test run pilot. You got to make sure to tune in. I got all kind of acts starting to fill in on that one. And then Dave and Joe versus the Multiverse of Badass. It is going to be a great... We're going to be talking shit about all this Marvel madness and all the secrets and the little... everything. We're going to talk about the Tom Cruise not being in Doctor Strange. Son of a... Anyway... and then we got Miranda Monday, manager, networker, raccoon hunter. Hey, you guys know people you want to get on the show, people you want to see. Make sure you get a hold of Miranda here at Monday Love. Killing it. Hey, and our numbers are growing, guys. Keep sharing.
Yes.
Get on Killer Confessions. Share. Even if you don't like the stuff,
Share it.
Somebody in your
Somebody
friends
does.
group will like it. You know,
Absolutely.
anyway, I don't even know my fat ass got any more oxygen for any more talk. I'm done.
So, yes, everyone, keep your eyes out. New shows each week, minus the holidays. I'm not competing with backyards and barbecues. Just saying. And tune in next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
week.
On Facebook Live. And guess what? You all have hated a Monday once or twice in your day. So,
So let Monday love you. See you guys.